Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, May the 30th. It is the day after Memorial Day. I hope that everyone had a great and safe weekend. We are back with another episode of Single Soulmates. Sorry, I'm so behind schedule. So I'm just going to put it out there. I'm so exhausted, guys. I am. I literally just put the link up, hence why no one really knows we're live right now, but I'm sure y'all will get the notifications if you are subscribed to my channel. And if you did click that notification bell, you probably will get this notification. But my apologies, just to let you know that we may have a few joining us a little bit later, but the men's panel will be on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. If you do want to join us for that, I see you guys trickling in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you have not hit that like button, make sure you click that like button. And if you are new here, I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for some great content. And Ready to Love is going to be starting back soon. So we're going to be having them panels again. And I really hope, don't tell Jamie I said this, but I really hope that Jamie joins us for the panels next season. I don't know. She popular right now. She popping. You know what I'm saying? She viral and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might have to make an appointment and I might have to contact her assistant. I don't know.
Sure. You know.
Okay, but let everybody know exactly who you are and let's talk about that a little bit. Like what you're doing and what's going on, and you have gone viral and you are big time now. And I want them to know, now that we have a little bit of time to for you to explain that.
Yeah, so y'all, I'm Jamie Alexander, creator of the Sassy Method, as you can see right here. So it was my goal to be consistent. I have said for a long time that I wanted to be consistent. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to do this. I want to do that. But I have to be honest with myself. My actions were not lining up with my words. So how could I expect the results when I, wasn't doing what I was supposed to do? So I got serious about it. And I feel good. I feel talented. I feel funny. I like to have I was so, yeah. Okay, so did he lit. I was just telling Sabrina how lit I was. So every now and then, just side note, I got to get out. I got to get out and shake my tail feather and just have a good time. And I did. I came home. It had to be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I got on there tipsy, making ravioli and artichokes live on Instagram, talking about just all the things. Because I hadn't gone to a Genuine concert. And if y'all don't know me, I love him. I love him. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. Everybody knows that's my longtime boyfriend in my head. So I lived it up and it was so fun. But yeah, I feel you doing that's her not aligning. Yeah. So thank you, Danielle, for enjoying that live. I would never do that, but I did it because I wanted to. So being consistent, making sure my actions line up with my words. I feel talented. I feel authentic. I have a good time. I come from Hollywood. I've been an on-camera TV host, AfterBuzz TV, Pop Fusion, all of these things. But sometimes I would have to ask myself, why am I not popping? I feel like I should be. And sometimes it's timing and all this and that. But then I had to look at myself and be like, okay, girl, well, be more of you. Because I used to have this idea. I had to have a persona of well, you're a host, so it needs to look like this and look like that. And I would have friends tell me dang, I wish people could see this, Jamie. And I think I wasn't clicking. And I'm like, well, what's the difference? But I'm a little wild. I'm hella sarcastic. I have a smart mouth. I have, I like to have fun and all these things. So I incorporated that. Genuine is my sister. Girl, don't play us. So yeah, I decided to get serious, but just have a good time. Have fun, not care what people think, not care what people assume I'm talking about or relating to. If I'm cracking up, I'm gonna share it with y'all. And so I like that. And it just, one day it took off. So it's at 1.3 million. And I believe I'm gonna go viral again because I feel like I manifested that. 2 weeks before I was like, I'm gonna go viral. I had no rhyme or reason, but you could just feel it. So it's going with my own rhythms, my own tempo, having a good time, staying consistent. And that was the production of it. And it was so nice because people were so loving. It was such positive feedback and DMs and comments. And I loved it. It's trickling off now, but it was just so amazing to be like, oh, y'all really thought that was funny. And I thought it was so good. It was just nice. It was positive reinforcement for me. But I'm just in alignment right now, even with the sassy method. I know I'm talking y'all's ear off. Things are on your side. Yes, things are on my side right now. So even being a life coach or transformational coach, it's not something that I was like, I'm going to grow up and do this. I just felt led like, girl, you need to be of service now. You can't sit here with all your books and your journals and your knowledge and your this and that and not really give it, because it's life-changing and it's nothing I have to sell, you know? It's like you either want the change in your life and you don't. And I happen to have the keys and the answers and the practical tools. It's not woo-woo. It's very like, y'all want to do this or not? And I'm so proud of what I created and the results that my coaching clients are getting. I'm so full and happy and aligned and popping and free. And like, this is life. I could cry. Like, it took me a long time to get here where I could just be and feel free and safe and abundant and flow and ease and whew. So I'm living it up. All that to say, I am like living it up.
I freaking love it. And you should cry and cry those tears of joy, because let me tell you something. People don't understand how hard it is to create content and to be consistent, you know? And I commend you, because I swear every time I log on, and I don't stay on social media long, honey, but if I'm on there, at least when my third time my finger does like this, Jamie is up there. And I'm like, dang, that girl, you don't play. And that's exactly why. And it's hard. And people don't understand too, being a content creator, you can make a lot of money from content creation. And it's not just about the content you create, it's about the endorsements that you can get. It's about, people reaching out that want to collab with you. I mean, I like when people are like, I'm a Fashion Nova partner. They may get free clothes, but when they be like, use my content code, my coupon code for 20% off, then people be making bank. And a lot of them, especially once you get your followers up, they'll send you stuff for free. Like people send me stuff for free. Like, can you post it? And I might be like, hey guys, I'm wearing this necklace or this belly chain. And like, I'm getting ready to do a video with some gel nail polish. They're like, Sabrina, can you promote? They sent me the free. All I got to do is do a YouTube video. And then you can, here's a coupon code. Like, it's so much. And the fact that where you're at now and the hard work that you put into it, I just want to say, I commend you. You guys need to follow Jamie on her YouTube channel. So why don't you tell them where they can follow you?
Yeah, my YouTube channel, you can find here. Just my name is spelled differently. So Jaimi. My YouTube is, I'm ready to be a little bit more consistent again. I took a pause after the viral and retrograde, but I really do have good content. And if you're the type of person to want to indulge in some soul food and some real regular homegirl conversation, but very elevated, like you're going to get a word, you're going to get a nugget, you're going to get a modality that shifts your thinking. I'm really big on that. And when you talk about it being a content creator, I've been doing this before content creation was a thing. I'm like, literally the first business I started was on the forefront before there was no word for influencer.
Yeah.
So I have all of this stuff that I was doing where I put a bunch of girls together and we were doing this for brands and we weren't celebrities, but they were hiring us to do this. And that was my, Then the word, now it's like, nobody knew what I was saying, but now we can say, oh, influencer is the thing. And I'm like, so I'm really expecting that the work that I've put in that nobody has seen over a level of time that nobody would even fathom how I'm still moving. Like,
right.
I'm looking to see the fruit of that. Like, I think it's reaping season for me. I would love being that I've been on TV, being that I've been a professional model, all of these things. I think it would be wise for some of these brands to like rock with your girl. And I want to continue to grow and keep my engagement up. I just want to have fun and be cute and wear stuff and like be out and like live my life.
Yeah, facts. And that's exactly what it's about. But it's being you unapologetically. You know,
Do you know that's like the word of the day?
honey, if people understood what that really meant, people be like, I want to go viral. I want to go viral. How can we can't? And being on TV, because I've been on TV, did this. Y'all don't even know who I really am in real life.
There's so much.
Yes. And it's like, and when people say, when you show up on TV, like, oh, we can tell she was fake, we can tell she was acting, we can tell, like, people want to see you, the glitz, the glam, the bloopers, the behind the scenes, the clumsiness, the awkwardness, the emotional, like, they want to see, and they want to see you unapologetically, period. They want to see it all. That's why people aren't going viral. And the people that go viral, it's because they just out here being themselves. They might even be somebody saying, yo, you want to buy this car? You want to make $1 million like me? It probably ain't because I want to make $1 million. It's because, dang, he's fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really just that simple. And Jamie, you be yourself. When I be watching these reels you be doing, I be like, that's Jamie. And y'all don't know this. A lot of y'all probably don't know this. Like, me and Jamie, we've actually hung out together, like, in real life.
In the streets.
In the streets, we was outside.
Looking cute and messing it up.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's Jamie. So when I see these reels, I'm like, that's really her. And then the fact that you're good at it, like when you be like doing the words and you be saying it with your mouth and you be remembering like what to say, I be like, how she remember all that? Like, you do a great job, and it's really your personality. You know what I mean? I feel like you need to start using your own voice and still do the other stuff too, but you should do your own. So, you know, people could be like, did you wake up today and you was feeling gassy? I'm just saying, that's just an example. And then everybody gonna be like, y'all see what, let me do this. Let me use her voice and do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because you're she's amazing, guys. Like, you're amazing how you speak. Like, you have, like, you're funny. Like, yeah, you have that personality. So yeah, like, you should start doing your own ish, sis.
Yeah, I want to have more fun with it. I was also thinking, being that I am a trained actress, like throw in some little monologues or just I'm gonna just keep it fun. Like, little by little, I'm getting there. But that unapologetically, literally before we got on here, I think me and two of my friends, we were in text and talk, and we were talking about that, how important it is to be unapologetically you. Mm-hmm. And for me, and I don't know how y'all feel in the audience or how you feel, Sabrina, been about to binge watch my reels. Not sure. Yo, I crack up and watch. They're just, it's so, people are so stupid with these little voices. I'm having a ball. But being unapologetically yourself, it's like, we think the authenticity is easy. We're born with it. You see kids, they don't care. Yeah, I have a lot of skills under my belt that, like, it's just, girl, we're grown and we go at it. So it's like, I'm very, what does Beyonce say? I'm a seasoned professional. Like, okay, seasoned professional. But you see kids, they can be authentic, they can be themselves, or this and that, but the world really kind of like messes you up and makes you think you have to be this way. Or if you say this, people are going to think that. The ego gets involved, and then there's this whole thing, and then it gets really uncomfortable. Then you find your way back to yourself. And that's where I feel like I'm at and have been, and kind of had to make my way back. It's not like I was being fake, but just hiding parts or wondering if parts of me, you know, work or fit or if this or that. And now I don't really give a damn. Like, this is what we're doing. You can tune in or you can tune out. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that part.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is what we're going to do real quick. We're about to get started, guys. And just to let you know, if you do want to hear what we have to say about the single soulmates, tonight's questions and topics are: does lingerie matter? Would you date or marry a bisexual man? What is the time frame to give up the cookies, honey, the Twinkies, the snickerdoodles? Okay. And have you or would you ever do dating apps? And if so, what was your experience? So that is what we are going to dive into tonight. But before we do that, because we are here, and this is what, and because it's Jamie and I tonight, and we might have some people. Hopefully I have a surprise guest that will be joining us, but hopefully we'll have some more people, more ladies that can join us tonight. People are working some things out. But before we do that, Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
You do stuff to make me act crazy, then complain about me being crazy when you knew I was crazy. If you knew I was crazy, why would you do stuff to make me act crazy, then complain about me being crazy when you knew I was crazy?
That's as much accountability as I got.
Cool.
And to relax and to get rid of some of these habits that are just not serving my body. Like, we need to breathe, and we need to breathe deep. We're not in a rush. There's no need for anxiety all the time. It's not that deep. But, you know, when you're raised, like, you got to get ready for school, you're going to be late for work, and you're going to be like so much pressure all the time.
Girl. Introduce yourself as the meaning of your name. Introduce yourself.
Girl, I be cooking. Don't be playing.
Don't play with it.
I'm really in that mode right now to be in the kitchen. So I have been, and I've been whipping up some little things that I think I would like and that are fun, and trying to stay as healthy as possible. So here's all the fruits. I had to put the fruits together, clean them up, cut them up. I did everything that looked good to me when I went to the grocery store. I was like, ooh, dragon fruit. Ooh, apples. Ooh, yes. Ooh. So I put some lemon over there so the apples don't get too brown, and to add a little flavor. And the goal here was to make like a fruit salad situation that was sweet enough for me to throw over oatmeal. Like, I want to wake up and have fruit that I'm excited about along with oatmeal, because I need something before I go to the gym that has a little weight to it. I put some honey in between.
Y'all gotta tune in to watch the rest, okay?
I mean, there's just a lot.
Here is no equipment necessary at home if you want to work out. 45 seconds per each exercise, 30 seconds rest in between, 5 rounds total. Let's go.
Good morning, everybody. I've woken up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I'll be spicy till midday and then mild into the afternoon. A possible tropical cyclone at 4 p.m. So, good morning, everybody. I've woken up.
Just to let you know.
So with that being said, that's a sneak peek of her channel, and she does everything. Like, you guys definitely have to check that out. So I definitely wanted to spend this little bit of time, and I knew it was going to be me and you in the beginning. So I wanted to take this time to, give you your flowers.
So fun. Thank you, boo.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I believe in you. I support you. I've supported you from day one, literally. She got receipts.
Yeah,
she got receipts.
Day one.
Yeah, but I'm a fan. But all right, guys, let's get into it. We are ready to begin. We are going to talk, and this is going to be literally like girlfriends sitting chatting, because when me and Jamie get together, honey, we flow. It be giving what it needs to give.
That part.
Okay. So does lingerie matter, girl? Because after the men's panel, I was like, I just need to throw all my shit away.
So look, I wouldn't doubt it, because I feel like guys are never thinking about what we're thinking about. Hi, Goose.
I know. Hey, guys.
I feel like guys are never thinking about what we're thinking about. We looking at cellulite and this fold over here and this hang over here and this blemish right here. And they're not thinking about any of that. So when I think of lingerie, it's for me. So I say yes, that it's because I feel so sexy. I don't be in the gym and eating all this fruit and drinking my water to be under a t-shirt and sweats all the time. I walk past my own mirror like, girl, so when I put on something that's even a little extra, I think inadvertently it might be for the men. Maybe they don't know this, maybe they do. But when I feel like, one, you gonna get the runoff of just where I'm at in like how I'm feeling, the color of the lingerie, where the holes are at, how the lace is cut, how it's part of the costume, if you will, for the energy of the evening. So even if it's just cooking or chilling, watching TV, I like to feel extra sexy sometimes. Like, I'm down for the gym clothes. I'm in gym clothes most of the time. But when it's time to get out or go out or do this, or to be able to, you change it in front of your man or whatever, and you pull something down and you're revealing something a little bit extra, I think it's exciting for everybody. So I'm going to say yes to the lingerie. I'm not going to act like I have buckets and buckets of it, but I have some quality pieces that I enjoy. And whether I'm by myself or someone else, I put them on.
Yeah, agreed. So Danielle Owens, she actually was in the men's panel. She said P.O. said dress like OnlyFans. He really did. He was like, yeah, y'all need to just dress like OnlyFans. I was like, well,
what does that mean?
Honey, that's what we said. We was like, we
is that cat outfits? Is this we dressing up like nurses and maids? Like, help me under. I don't know what.
I said the same thing. So if y'all want to know, y'all got to go back and watch the men's panel.
I guess so.
Okay. But for me, I completely agree, because I know, for example, like me thinking like if I was a guy, like my girl about to come over, like I'm a shower, I'm a shave, probably put on some cologne, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, like my balls not, you know what I'm saying? Like, like he's going to go through the things. I feel like it's no different than, and that's probably the thing. Those are the things that he want to do. Cause he like, you know how dudes be, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They be, and that's for them. And you're absolutely right. The lingerie, I want to say, is for us, because I feel like when we get our nails done, when we get our hair done, when we put on a cute outfit to go out, literally that is for us.
We done unlocked a new character.
Yeah. Like if it catch your attention, cool. But for the most part, it is for us. And I think that is something that has gone away, because in real life, the men were like, in majority of them were like, I want to say almost all of them put on one of their t-shirts and throw on some like knee-high socks, and they're good with it.
The t-shirt and the knee-high socks, that works too.
It does work.
It really works. For me, for them, we're all happy.
And I was just like, so pretty much we just need to throw our lingerie away. Like if that's what some women are thinking, like, oh, he gonna like this. And they were like, yeah, pretty much. That's crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, it's really not crazy when we look at everything and see how it's a business. Victoria's Secret, that all of this is a business. And what I work a lot with, like my coaching clients and stuff, is so much of everything that we're taught is very ego driven, self-esteem, self-importance, all this stuff. But like at the end of the day, when our society and everything kind of makes that the forefront, and we all get mixed up and messed up messaging, like we have to have this, be this, get that, because that's the way we're being marketed to all across the board, whether it's stuff, food, places to go, what men and women should or shouldn't be doing, where, like, it's all business. So I'm kind of like not shocked that we got the memo that men want to see us, like somebody got to make them So who's going to go to Victoria's Secret now? If the men don't care about it and the women, that's not business. You can't sell nothing with that. You got to put it in the movies that men are enamored with it. We got to, so I kind of look at it like that. I guess I'm not surprised.
It's just a sad thing, because just like what you just said about this whole new way of life and how they brainwash us into thinking that, ooh, wear that for your man is sexy. And like you said, in the movies and everything. And in real life, that's not it. So it really makes me think, and I think about this all the time, what else have they brainwashed me to think that I should be doing, or whatever the case, that may seem healthy, but in real life, it's really not. They just want my money.
Go down the list.
Like, that's crazy.
It is.
And you just said like a mouthful, and it just makes me think, because when I think of things and when I hear things, my brain, the way that my brain works, it's just different. And I'm not going to say like it's better than anyone. It's just different, because I hear stuff like that and it just makes me like the wheels start turning, like, I wonder if, and it be completely off the subject of what I just watched. Like, do y'all go through that? Like in the chat, do y'all think that? Yeah. Like El Cid said makeup is another.
Listen,
that's probably one of the number one things.
Major.
me.
Because again, it's definitely something that these dudes don't really care about. And then the dudes that are overly concerned with it makes me overly concerned with you. Because that just, the math ain't mathing.
Honey, the men be like, you don't got to wear no makeup. You don't got to wear the wig with none of that. They like, don't take a shower, put your t-shirt on, put some socks on, which is crazy because yeah, like I'll walk around like that to look cute, but I can't do socks in bed. But like I'm like, like I get it. You like that? You like the socks in the bed?
I do. I like my feet. My feet got to be warm, so I do socks in the bed. I don't want cold toes. My feet get cold.
I like the skin on skin. Like when you know how when you get in the bed, y'all, and y'all do y'all legs like this.
Yeah, got to get settled in. Yeah.
Like that's what I want to do on his legs, though.
Oh, I love that. That is okay. Yes.
I be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'll put my toes under his legs.
It's a thing.
To get on warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I do. But, you know, yeah, that's crazy. But to just let y'all know, because I know in the men's panel, I said, well, women, you heard it. Like, throw your lingerie away. But our panel, like us discussing it right now, like we're letting y'all know, like, stop doing it for them. Like, put some stuff on that you want to dress up in and you may want to wear, and you know what I mean, because I'll get some sexy lingerie just so I can wear it and it be under my regular clothes, you know.
But you walk different.
But honey, you be like,
you approach people, your posture is like different. Look, listen, and people don't know what it is, but they're just drawn. They're like, what does she have going on? And underneath it's a lot. Like, this is what we're doing. Like, it's a vibe.
Exactly. Yeah. So all the men watching it, when we put the lingerie on for you, we just want to be appreciated in our sexiness at that moment and just be like, dang, baby, you look good. Because we're going to eventually take it off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just appreciate the effort that we put into it, because it will mean a lot to us.
And it's a runoff again for them. Like, you know how there's different things. Okay, how do I say right? That might be too far. Hold on.
Say, because now you're not living in your unapologetic.
Okay, right. You know, like when you're having a moment, it gives the same energy of like just not having sex in the bed. If you're out and you're somewhere with a space where you might be able to do some things, like you're going to be happy there's a skirt involved, because it just makes the access easy. There's a level of play. There's a level of energy. And it's like, yeah, it's just a skirt. Like, babe, I don't care what you're wearing. But a skirt now becomes a new prop in this
part of your costume
movie that we get to create, depending on how we're feeling, wherever we're feeling it. And I feel like, guys, but there's something sexy about the access. Yeah. There's something sexy about how that looks and how that moves. And yeah, I'm sure they're just sure with getting it, but I don't know. I feel like some people like to move, you know, under certain items of clothing or do stuff with stuff half on, half off. There's still like a sexiness, because it invites in that energy of like being ravaged. Like,
right.
It's just so serious right now that we have to go there. Like, yes, it is. But that brings something out in women. It's another pheromone. There's something in it for the guys too. There's more in it because of what it brings out of us. Mm-hmm. And they're going to get the benefit of like, oh my God, who was that last night? Like, oh, yeah.
But you know what? It's crazy because I didn't think of it like that. Because in real life, like, we wear the lingerie to bed to get that type of reaction. Let's just say if that is the case. But then if I go out to the club and wear a short mini skirt, the reaction that I probably would have wanted in the bedroom with the lingerie is completely not what I wanted. But from me just wearing a cute little skirt, that was the reaction that I got from that. So it's kind of like, now I'm confused. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
You're right, because he all like, dang, girl, dang, you wearing that skirt, you wearing that. But when I come in the bedroom and I got this sexy lingerie, it's like, girl, you don't need all that, you know?
So is there room for, like what you were saying right before the last thing I said, for a level of appreciation because we like to be gassed in a certain way, just like guys. Like they want to know when they're doing a good job, or like, baby, I really appreciate it when y'all want your tails to wag. Well, ours comes from like, I want to be irresistible to you. If I see that on your face, I'm like, oh, you have no idea. Like I'm about to take it to the next level.
Right. That is funny. So Miss Pretty Amazing says, Sabrina, have you thought of hooking Jamie up with any of the guys on your men's panel, like Blake?
I don't know anything about the guys. I did not watch last season, so I don't know. But what I can say is like, you know, what's meant to be will be. What's supposed to happen will happen. Who's supposed to be in my orbit, they will, you know, make their way. So I don't know.
Yeah, so Dr. 100% said the one thing I cannot do is a phone. Pure torture. I keep my panty lines all day. That's a good conversation, though. I mean, it's not for like singles, but for like women, that maybe like I should start something like that too, like a women's thing, like tampons or pads. You know, like in real life, they say we're not supposed to use tampons, and if we do, it should be like organic. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Sorry, guys.
It's a whole, yeah.
But yeah, like that's interesting.
Yeah, I guess it's. I don't know if this is like, but I don't really wear panties. I just don't.
I get it.
Because I don't want to film nothing nowhere. Of course, jeans, you know, and certain skirts, like you have to, and I'll go for the thong. I'd rather, you know, I don't like the lines personally, but I just think altogether it's overrated. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even own a bra. Like, I don't do any of this. It's just, I haven't owned a bra. I don't.
Honey, well, you know what? After you had kids, I'll be like, what size you wearing now, boo?
Girl, we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
I know it, child, because, oh my God, even before kids, I was like, okay, well, they're a little suspect, but I can still work with it. After Sabrina, I was like, let me go grab them real quick. It was like a baseball and a tube sock. I couldn't do it no more.
Damn.
It is not a game.
The stuff we got to go through.
Right. And actually, and another thing, y'all, with thongs, you got to be careful with thongs because for real, not to get too descriptive, but if you're not that fresh and clean in the back, it can cause BV, you know, because you mixing stuff. So just be careful with the thongs because the doctors really do tell you that if it's like not full cotton underwear, you shouldn't even really wear thongs. So be careful with that. But that's a whole nother, you know,
so deep.
Whole nother podcast, a whole nother show. Maybe we could talk about that too.
We kind of touched on a lot of that stuff in a couple of panels ago, not the last one, but the one before. We kind of touched on some great feminine,
absolutely
hygienic and choice things.
Yeah. And people literally like even inboxed me and was like, yo, like I learned so much from y'all. Like I love this conversation. Like, whoa, like I wasn't expecting it. People were like, this was my first time on your channel. And like, yeah, like it's because conversations like this need to be had. You know, like, golly, it's a lot of stuff they're not teaching. And I'm gonna say this real quick. Like in my profession that I do full time, you know, I had someone, you know, give me a money order and they were like, do I sign the back? I was like, what? Like, it's little stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and I just be like, this is our future. Like this, what the heck? Like, yo.
It's a lot.
Yo.
Like, if we're all the way honest, we barely got it. I don't know about you, but I didn't have grandmothers, aunties, and not even my mom really sitting me down and loading me up.
Everything was self-taught with me. And that's why it's so important that I have those conversations with my daughter, even at the age of 10. Like I can't because, and then they're on a different level where they're learning way faster than what we learned because of the technology that we have now. The stuff she learning now, I ain't learned until I was 15 or 16. And that's because I was experimenting and out there in the streets learning the stuff. Not because I was like this, like, oh, wow.
You know don't say.
Like, that's crazy.
It's a lot.
It is, honey. Brand underscore Ye says sex is a part of dating. Absolutely. And let me tell y'all something, and I'm gonna mention this, ladies, after dark show. Yes. And I actually might do that for my members. So Tyrone and I were talking about that, and I think he even mentioned it. So behind it, so if y'all don't know about my membership group, like we can go live just for my members, and it's literally like off the grid. Can't nobody watch the videos, can't nobody log in or tune in or anything unless you're a member. You know, if somebody recorded on the phone and posted, that's a whole nother story. But that's actually a good idea, because we do need to talk about these kind of things. And it's a lot of women, like you said, even with our generation, it's a lot of women that are my age, that are your age, that are clueless because they didn't have nobody to sit down. I always say, I wish I had a me growing up.
Woo!
All the time. Child, that's a whole nother story.
Listen.
I had to learn the hard way. Like, thank God, like, you know, being out there and dating, and, you know, because a lot of men that I've met ain't ish. Like some of these men out here ain't nothing. And then too, it's like, you know, and I was always scared I was going to catch something. And like, even kissing people in the mouth, I was like, you can get herpes in the mouth by kissing. I was like, I ain't never kissing nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the only person I think I ever felt secure enough with kissing was when Sadora was like under 3, and I would kiss her all over the face. She was probably the only person where I was like, I'm good. But other than that, like, I was scared. Like, it's so much stuff out here, and y'all just got to be safe, because, you know, like, you read these stories about how men are out here giving these diseases away and they not caring, you know, and women are doing it too. Like, y'all just, you know, got to really, especially with the times now, like, you know, you don't just worry about like the STDs anymore. You got to worry about monkeypox and COVID, and, you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. So just be careful out there while you guys are dating. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know, and if you're concerned about something, you see a bump or something crazy, I'm going to keep it 100. You know, I wish my mama would have told me. I ain't saying that she needed to tell me, but I'm just saying, like, I wish someone said, if something look wrong, or if it's a bump, don't wait till don't be embarrassed. Go ask a doctor, go make a doctor's appointment, Google it. Don't just ignore the symptoms ever. Okay. Always take care. You got one body.
Yeah. And I wonder, you know, when can we get to the point where it's common practice that we're getting tested together?
That part.
But because stuff is so casual now.
Yes.
Not like it hasn't been before, but now it's like
it's really
on it. And that's something that's, you know, imagine us taking it as serious as we should.
Yeah.
We should be going together. We should be able to look at our papers together. We should be able to talk. But a lot of people are just kind of like getting off for the feeling of it, or feeling a void, or bored, or just want to see what that's like, or just there's zero intention behind so much that making a whole doctor appointment, spending however many hours waiting for the test and discussing it, that's just too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too much work, too much effort, too much time, too much. We're not even gonna, you know, so I know it can be a lot to ask, but is it really a lot to ask when we're talking about AIDS and herpes and anything else under the sun? Because ladies, that mess with our reproductive system, because it ain't always a bump. Things go undetected. The way men carry STDs are completely different.
Exactly.
They could be carrying an STD and never really have it and just pass it on like, it's just too much.
Exactly.
You gonna risk your uterus?
Right. Like, oh my God, you have no idea. I hope that anybody that's watching this that really didn't know any of the things that we've been saying now, you know, and definitely be very cautious. Like, just take care of you. Like, if you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth every morning, right? Like, you take a shower, you Yeah, exactly. Like you know, you get your womanly exams, you get your mammograms, you get your, yearly or annual, like it's like no different. Like just start including that in your routine with when you meet someone. I know because the last, fella that I was dating, I was like, "You got your papers?" I was like, "Can you send them to me?" He was like, "No, no, 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 no." He was like, "Is they on the way?"
Girl, why did somebody tell me today when I was talking about that? Like, you need to see them papers in person because they fabricating that too. I was like, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't either.
I didn't even I thought I was doing something.
Right. No, that is so. Look what I just learned. You are
I learned today.
Right.
We learned today.
Like, why are people not going to make fake pay stubs? Why can't they make fake health? That's a good point.
I had that conversation today. I was like, check.
Oh my God. Okay,
it's just too real out here. I mean, I would really just prefer to be, with one person and just
me too.
Let's grow together. Let's build. Let's both be mindful.
Yeah, but even
call it a day so we can be wild.
Yeah, but you know what? I said the same thing. And usually when I start dating somebody and it's getting serious, I usually say that to them. And that's why I don't choose to really be dating. Well, when I'm dating, I'm not really out there like that anyway. I'm really just dating, hanging out, talking on the phone, getting to know
dinner,
them.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's just to the point now. I lost my train of thought. What was I about to say?
Basically, you were saying something about when you're seriously dating somebody. That's why you like. I was talking about the exclusivity, so we could just be together.
Oh yeah, because I'm sorry, thank you. But you're absolutely right. But even in situations like that, I don't know. I just feel like because I've been exclusive, but they still cheated.
You could be married and they'll still cheat. That's
exactly.
why I was like, we both gotta be on the same page. Like
exactly,
it has to be important to him too.
Right. Yeah. And that's probably why I am, because people are like, why is she single? She must be crazy. No, y'all act like I'm single because don't nobody want me. What? No one said that. I was going to say because I am loved. There's a lot of people that want me. Don't get it twisted, but it's me. I'm the one saying like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, not really.
Be choosy.
Yeah, I am, and that's I am very choosy. I'm very specific. I'm walking differently now. My standards are way more higher than they were years ago.
Thank you, Jesus.
I mean, yeah, and it's like every day I know I realize my worth even more. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. And I'll stay single until then because I deserve so much. I deserve a great man. I deserve a great man because I'm a great woman. Yeah, I'm a great woman.
Likewise. it can't. I don't know if Gus is still on, but we were just talking about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna settle for less because it took me a while to get here, but I'm at the point like I'm good. Like I want a child or two or whatever. I want a family. I want the husband. I would be, amazing at the,
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't happen, I'll be okay because what I'm not gonna do is thug it out with some dude who is shortening my lifespan.
Right. From stress and the anxiety and
I have already been in love more times than I can count and heartbroken. It is very hard for me to have to go through emotional things and detach. And there's times where I think it's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Literally, like,
no, I've
had to put family on notice. Like I'm in here by myself and I'm going through, if y'all don't hear, like somebody might have to come get, because I don't know. I feel like I'm going to die.
Yeah. No.
So I can't be saying no vows and all this and that for somebody to play. I'd rather just be by myself.
I get it.
I can't settle for less because I'm not going to deliver that.
Honey.
I'm going to deliver. I pride myself on delivering the best.
Honey. Like we out here delivering 150% and you want to come with 80. What? You gonna go take that 80% somewhere else? What?
Why are you not trying to outdo me? Like, show off. I am. I will. I can.
Exactly. Honey,
So I really don't know what it's gonna take, and that's okay too, because like you said, at this point, every day you're learning more about your worth.
Yes,
I'm in the same boat, and it's a high price, and if we don't, for example, I'd be watching Selling Sunset because y'all, I also used to be a realtor. I watched Selling Sunset, and there's some listings that are so expensive they don't put them on the market. It is only for those who qualify. If you I'm not doing an open house for somebody who can't afford a $28 million house. Why are you here? You ain't walking through for what? I need to reserve my time and my energy for the people with the portfolios that match the ability to purchase this property. They're getting the email.
I swear, dudes be like, I didn't get that memo. Like you
let me that's it says here that this is a $28 million home.
Honey,
I'm not knocking your hustle, but you make $60,000 a year. That is great, but that don't got nothing to do with this listing. We got 30 days. Like, what am I going to send emails out? I don't need to do all that. Just like they say, what you call it, like Bentley doesn't advertise. Like,
honey, I was getting ready to say that. Absolutely.
It's an up-leveled experience. So yeah, not everybody's getting the memo. Not everybody's coming through.
Right.
The sound is only going out for those who can.
Honey. And what's even crazier to me is that when they actually got the memo, they got an email. Went to the event.
Invite only.
Looked and came and got an invite to the house to do a walkthrough. Are we having church right now?
I think we are.
Walkthrough in the house. Okay? Not even the fact that we knew you made $60,000, but we said, you know what? We're going to give you the walkthrough. We're going to allow you to come and view the house. And then you still decided to walk out and say, this house all right.
The nerve.
Girl.
Not only that, but when you came in here, your shoes was dirty, you had marked up the floor. You got creases in my couch. I didn't even see that until you left.
Then ate the garnishments off the lemon water. Ate the ice.
And I didn't even see until you left. So it's probably a good idea. Never mind. Never mind.
Girl.
Never mind. Let me get this listing ready and try again. Let me get the staging. I gotta rearrange some things.
Yeah, that's exactly why. And because you know what? Oh, I think that's one of the questions. We're not even going to talk about that. Okay, because that's one of the questions. That's the last one, as a matter of fact, and we're going to get into it. Oh my God. Okay, so would you date or marry a bisexual man?
No way, no how. See ya.
Next question. No, I was about to say. I actually, because I don't know if you guys know that's watching, because I asked some of the same questions. Usually it's 2 questions that I ask from the men's panel and I bring them to the women. And then I put new questions for the women and I bring them to the men, the next panel. So it's like kind of rotating the questions so I can get an idea. So the viewers can get an idea of what men are going to say with the same question and what the women are going to say with the same question. So I asked them, of course, would you date or marry a bisexual woman? Honey, y'all just got to go back and watch it. But for me, no, I would not date or marry knowing that the man was bisexual. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I love it. Some of my
do your thing, but when
friends, and I just personally, I wouldn't date or marry a bisexual man. It's some women out here that I've known in my lifetime that actually wanted to date men that were bisexual. Like they wanted to date them and knew they were bisexual, and literally was more of like on the feminine side, and they loved them. They loved them. You know what they called them back in the day? They called them drag hags.
Oh,
I
never heard that. Drag hags.
Yeah. And the women, then they were good with it. They were good with it. They were like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. And that's his boyfriend. I was like, whoa, wow, that's different.
Listen, the beautiful part about this world is that there is something out here for everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody is different. They're allowed to be who they are and like what you like.
Yeah.
Please let the freak flag fly. I'm all about it. But for me and mine,
right.
I'm so good. Like,
yeah.
I couldn't imagine having discussions about him needing to fulfill his needs elsewhere, and then on top of it being a man, or we're out. It's just it just feels like a dynamic. And I've never dated a bisexual guy, so I don't know the ins and outs of the dynamic. So I'm speaking from an imagination, but it's like, what does that really look like? What are we doing? There's no. We're stopping.
Yeah.
I don't have no words. I don't even know what to do with that.
Yeah. Say for instance, you did date a guy and he hid it from you. Someone actually kind of put that in the. So say for instance, you did meet a guy, you found out he was bisexual, y'all been dating 6 months. What do you do next?
So this is what I'm trying to get better at, right? I be asking myself, and I even ask my clients this, like, what are you pretending not to know? Because every single guy I dated, every single one, I got an indicator before things got started that it probably, again, at least if it wasn't a hard, cold stop, it was a slow down, look under the bed, look under between the sheets, give it a minute. I've always gotten the word. So now I need to practice following it 100% of the time. So with all that being said, I really find it hard to believe that no part of me for 6 months would know that this man is bi.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that would be really unfortunate because, but these days I can be very whirlwind. Even when I think I'm going slow, I'm a lover girl. Like, I want bae. If I feel good in your face and all of it, like, that's just where I'm going to want to be. But I think that I personally am working on taking more time, because time reveals all. Time will show you this person's intentions, how they feel about you, how serious they are, as some other dynamics come into their life and their circle, and you watch them juggle regular life, you get to learn about values and standards. And if it makes sense, like, a lot of us have chemistry with people, but sometimes I find if I'm moving too fast, I miss the compatibility.
Exactly.
And a lot of these people were just not compatible. Like the way you think or the way you move or the stuff you're into. Should it be a bisexual? That's just not my thing. Thank you. This was fun. But when we're talking about, we're marriage-minded women. We want a long-term union.
Right.
We got to think about that kind of stuff. It's the compatibility for me. So I feel like in taking our time, maybe it would be a little bit easier to catch that before being just deep into 6 months. And now I'm like,
right. Yeah. And a word for the men too, like if you're watching this, like, just because, and I can't speak for Jamie, I know for me, just because like I meet you and I'm like, wow, I think, like I want him, I want us to date, he gonna be my man. Like, and we date and like a month goes by and we're like, I'm like, I really like you, like I really want to see where this is going. Understand, like, you can't start screwing up. I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna still leave you. Like, don't do that.
I'm gonna leave.
Just because I'm head over heels and I'm like, oh my God, I'm smitten by him. And I'm like, oh my God, like you're just, I just want to, like, what did someone say to me? Like, I want to get inside your skin.
Get in your skin.
Get in your skin. I'm still gonna leave you. Like, don't do that. Like, you still gotta act right. Okay, so we love hard. But at the end of the day, like, we not stupid, okay? So I just want to...
Took the words out of my brain.
yeah, I just, I don't,
Yeah,
we ain't
no.
stupid. So that part.
Yeah.
So when I was on the men's panel, we had discussed bisexual women. And they asked me personally, and we were discussing how I think one of the men were saying that, pretty much if you had encounters with women at a young age or early on or before previously, it means you're kind of like always bisexual. I think it was PO that was talking about. I can't remember. And I'm like, well, that's not true. And they're like, no. And I think what it came down to is because they were saying if a man,
I was just going to say that.
Men, exactly. And I knew they were going to say that. Yeah. And they were like, but if a man like dated men for 10 years and then now he doesn't date men and he only dates women and he wants to get married and have a wife and all that, like at the end of the day, he's still bisexual.
So I want to take it. I think it's so funny because somebody sent me a video and I kind of like, to me, if a man dabbles in that, to me, he's gay.
So what about a woman? So what if
But that's, I can't really explain the double standard when it comes to that, because now if you tell me a woman dated women for 10 years, like, sweetie, you're bi, you're going to dabble at some point, you're going to get tipsy in a club and go at it. Like, you are attracted to women. 10 years to be messing with, that's just, now if you were 18 and had a moment in Vegas and kissed a girl in the club, I don't know why it's different with girls, but it is. Mm-hmm. Because I could not give a man the same grace. If you got tipsy in Vegas and kissed a man, I can't mess with you. Like, I can't. So unfortunately, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. It's
so let's say, for instance, he didn't have a 10-year run with men. Let's just say he only been with a man one time. And then this was 20 years ago. So if she had a run-in once with a female and then hasn't been with one for 20 years and has no desire, you don't.
It's different. Yeah, she did. Sorry.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah, I get it. And the what is it? Analogy? The analogy that I made was someone was an alcoholic 20 years ago, but now they don't drink. It's kind of like you cannot be, you know what I mean? Like if a female dated, I'm like, yeah, they were an alcoholic when they were in their early 20s. Now they're 50 and 60 years old. It doesn't mean they're still an alcoholic. And then he was like, well, if a dude, and I was just like, yeah, it was hard for me to kind of grasp. Like I understood it and I understand where you're coming from. And I kind of feel like I agree with you too. It's just a little different, which I hate that I feel like it's a little different with men and women.
But we're different. What can we be okay with like accepting that men and women are different? We're human.
Yeah, and that's true. But
we're different.
Yeah, we are different.
We're just different. So
I hate that I feel like that though, because I don't want to feel like that. But I can honestly, because I don't know. And I even brought up someone that I know. I've known him for years and probably for like 30 years. And he and I, when we first met, we talked about everything. And he mentioned to me how he lost his virginity to a dude. But and he was like 12 years old. And that literally.
Was it consensual?
It was consensual.
Or was it an older kid? That's really young.
I think he said he was 12 and the other boy was like 13 or something like that. But the thing is he was like, it's crazy that it happened. He's like, but I don't like men and I've never liked men. He was like, it was.
But he gonna want you to peg him now.
No. Like he literally lives like he not like that. He not about that life. And I've known him like all my life and he tells me everything.
I don't believe it.
Really?
Doesn't mean, I'm not saying that he wants to get with a man, but I don't know. I think we have to be obviously very careful in those very early informative years because things do stick. Like I don't remember what it was. And I might be messing up the story, but the point I'm trying to make is there was some story about this guy, he was young, and it had to been like that 10, 11, or 12 or young, and like walked in on his mom or dad or somebody, and something happened, but I don't know, he got hard or got embarrassed or something, and in shame he put his head down, and the first thing he saw was like feet. So he had a feet fetish because it's all of the synapses firing of sexual arousal, embarrassment, like the way we fire off, and then what we're taking in, like sometimes that sticks, kind of like unbeknownst to us a little bit, like,
right.
I mean, it's all scientific and all this and that, but I just find it hard to believe, and I'm not going to call him a liar, it's his life, but I just find it hard to believe that was his first experience, and there's just nowhere, nothing, like, even on your most vulnerable day, you sure? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder, does he watch these videos I do on YouTube? Like, shit, she's talking about me.
I don't know. We're like complex creatures. I like to read a lot and look at a lot of stuff, and I'm just very curious. But hey, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
That's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's early to be doing all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get it. But like, I've heard of a lot of different stories with that context, but with me personally knowing him in detail, like literally, like he's in his mid 50s to this day. Like he's never told me. I even asked him, I'd be like, "You sure?" Yeah. I'd be like, "You can tell me," but he was like, "No." He was like,
even by a woman, he never had a woman like play back there.
Oh, I think he definitely had.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying another.
But I know straight men that don't. I mean, will that like for that area to be played with? Yeah. So, but does that mean? Do you feel like that means that they might have tendencies because they like that area to be tickled?
Not necessarily. And like people come in so many flavors. I was just saying that about the guy you shared with me because it was one of his first experiences. So it's like, to me, that's in his mixed bag. I would find it hard to believe that he just never wanted anybody to ever touch his butt again. Like, but.
So what does that mean for men that love backdoor? Does that mean that you know what I mean? It's such a
maybe not. I think maybe not. I can't really speak to that, I guess.
I'm gonna ask them. Why
don't you ask them?
I'm gonna ask them. I can't ask them. I already gave them their questions for tomorrow, but maybe I'll slide that one in there, or maybe I'll ask like next week.
Yeah, because I'm just not sure.
They're gonna be mad that I asked them that. No, I think because my group of men, they're pretty mature. Like they wouldn't be like Sabrina.
It's a question. I would say for some yes, for some no, but I could definitely see a man that's straight just enjoying that zone because there's G spots and all this and that going on and just whatever, and not being fully like gay or anything.
Right.
But I'm an 80s baby. I used to just date a bunch of G's. Like I'm used to old school dudes. Yeah, and they're just really not into the butt stuff. Yeah. And I know it's society and this and that and whatever, but it's just, I feel like pretty much everybody's been pretty just like old school, none of this new stuff.
Yeah.
I date like,
Yeah, because when a guy keep asking me like, let me put it in your, I be like, why you want to put in my butt? Like, why you keep like, why? Like
they'll put it in a light socket. So I would not.
Right.
I mean, I could see them placing it somewhere, but as far as receiving, but they'll put it anywhere.
Honey, golly, it's so crazy. Like, I wonder why men are like that, but that's a whole nother.
That is a whole. There's so much with that one.
Oh my God, I don't know. All right, child. Lord have mercy. We have been talking, child. We don't need nobody. It just be me and you, child. I told y'all from the beginning. Me and Jay, we get to talking, child. Just the two of us. We can play anytime. Just the two of us.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your time frame to give up the snickerdoodles, the cookies, the chocolate chip cookies, the oatmeal cookies, the gummy bears? I mean, I don't know what
what do they call it? Oh, I was forgetting the word.
What's your time frame?
Dang, I was trying to think of the word that those Jersey girls call it on the show. But I'm still trying to perfect the time frame,
honey,
because
it'd be difficult.
It's difficult. It's kind of messed up too, right? Because it's like I be trying to be a good citizen of the United States, and it just doesn't always work out for me. So the last time I caught myself into some shenanigans, I kind of felt like I felt no resistance. And that's what I was waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Checking in with myself, my body, my comfortability, and not basing it off of time, this, that, did it. It was like, do I feel like I can trust this person? Am I in a good space? How do I feel right now? Because sometimes, ladies, we be letting dudes trick us out the drawers. And that's not really what you wanted when you wanted it. And your body was tight. You were uncomfortable. You wasn't breathing. And you up here just like on some, I guess I'm here. So, so I made sure to check in with all of my senses. And I felt like it was something that could be done because I trusted the person.
Right.
Now, do I regret it? Yes. And I don't want to live in regret, but the air of regret lies on just you still could have waited a little bit longer because you know how important that is to you and what that connection means to you and what did it. And even though this person was pretty, whatever, it still just was like, did we really need to do all that? Mm-hmm. Did we really need to? And then, so next time.
How many times have you said that though?
We all try this again. Okay? I'm human. We're all make mistakes. Okay.
Yeah.
So next time I'm just gonna try to wait. And it's not to like press out the guy or do this or that, but I need to see what is required for me to have full comfortability. And then even after that, I'm probably gonna wait some more. Mm-hmm. Because to break up with somebody after crossing that line, that's fugazi to me. That doesn't work for me. It might work for men. It might work for them. And that's fine. But for me, I know that if I cross that line, I've been trying to be out these streets. I don't want to do we have the compatibility? Yeah. Cool. The chemistry. Love it. Mm-hmm. Do we have the compatibility to make it over hard things? Mm-hmm. And so until I can understand that, and then maybe there's a little more passion because we're both waiting and we both haven't dove into it and all this and that. Until we're to that really juicy place, I'm kind of good. So I don't have, all I have to say is I don't have a time frame. I'm not like 90 days and I don't know. Right. But I'm not really just that type of person to just be out here like that. Like if we ever cross that line, that's because I thought we were going to be together. Mm-hmm. So, yep. Yeah, no timeline, but I'm going to need to, I have to refine my process and keep the notches under my belt.
Honey.
Because I can't be there's a lot attached to it. To me, we downplay sex and what it could be. And then it's not even really that good if we're not like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's cool,
the chemistry and the connection and the fire and
the depth. We needed to have gone through some things. Yeah. Just a level of commitment. Like how you gonna talk about commitment this whole time? Now it's a month after we done crossed the line and you don't know. Like, stop playing with me.
Right.
Stop playing with me. Like, So again, with the whole men and women are different thing, it's just like, I feel like as women and as men, whatever, but what I'm saying is we need to be cognizant about like what works for us, what doesn't. And for the heteros in the house, like, you got to watch these men. Like, you have to know what you're really dealing with to make sure what you need is secure, because so I'm past the point where it's just like, you know, I'm not recreational about it. I'm not that type of a person.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
Honey.
What about you?
I'm going on 4 years of being single by choice. You know, I've dipped and dabbed my apples.
I mean,
but I can honestly say that, you know, and I've dated and I'm dating now, but you know, prior to my little situationship that I had within this 4-year time frame, that was really it, and it was very short-lived. I want to say it only lasted like 2 months.
okay.
But subtract that time and that other time, he don't count though, but subtract them time, like for real, like I want to say before him, like I was abstinent for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm going on another, like, it's like, and I'm good with it. Like, I just feel like you said, I want to, the feeling of, oh, we gonna be together. Like, you did you know you was my boyfriend? Like, until I get there, like, I'm good with it. Just because I've been at those places where I'm like, oh my God, I love him so much. I feel it. Oh my God, it's the chemistry, and then 2 weeks later, and then I'll be like 3 months into it, I'll be like, damn, I don't even really like you like that in real life. Like,
this ain't even working.
And then notched, you know? And I'm just like, dang, I could have kept that one.
I could have kept that one.
You know? And I don't know. I'm just at a place now where, yeah, I definitely have the discernment. I think now, because now of where I am, I really know what I want. So it's like, I'm just not going to waste my time and going through the motions and then having those activities involved with what I think is going to be like, I don't need that anymore. But I can honestly say that is important for me though. So I'm not going to disregard and act like it's a minute situation when it is very,
very important,
very important to me. Absolutely. Because I'm not going to date you for 3 and 4 months. And even if it's 6 months, I date you and then we finally are intimate. I mean, that's still huge for me. And I am sorry, y'all don't have to like it, but I am one of those people where if you can't get me there on that level, sexually, because that's where more of my emotions come out. That's where I feel like I can be spiritually connected to you even more. I mean, all of it plays a part. And I feel like if that compatibility is not there, I don't think it's going to work. That's just like, I mean, I know most Christians are like this, but I'm just one of those people. I could never get married to someone and then be intimate with them after the marriage. Like, I just couldn't do that, because for me, sex is very important to me. And it is a part of what I want with me and my mate to have, and us to build that foundation on. Like, it's just important for me. Like, I don't want to feel like it's something missing, and I'm not going to lie to myself about it. And what's missing is the intimacy part, you know, in the sex and the, like, those are real conversations, and I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to front about it. If it's bad, I'm going to be like, look, Roger, like, this was amazing. This was amazing, but I'm going to have conversations with him. I'm going to be mature about it. I'm going to be like, this isn't working. That isn't working. Like, what can we do to, you know, make this better, you know, to where I'm satisfied too, not just you. Like, what can we do? Because if I'm not satisfied in that part of our relationship, then I'm going to lose interest. I'm going to lose focus. I'm not a cheater, and I will end the relationship because I'm not happy, you know, and some adjustments would need to be made. And if it doesn't work out, and I'm just going to be like, unfortunately, you know, just as easy as you can break up with someone because of financial reasons, or because he cheated, or because like, why can't I decide that I want to be able to like, to leave a relationship and not feel so guilty about it because I'm not being sexually satisfied? I mean,
it's a huge pillar, right? Like when we hear the words wife and when we hear the words girlfriend, one of the very first things I think about is sex.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this is what the title is for. It's the beauty of the exclusivity and the opportunity. I always say there's freedom in boundaries. Yeah. So when we create those boundaries, meaning like, okay, we're committed, like there's so much that we can do. But what I feel like I'm seeing and experiencing is that these dudes aren't serious.
They're not. And
why are we having like, I be so dead ass when I show up. I be so dead ass. Like, we can have fun, but just know I'm dating for marriage. Like, I'm really looking at you to see if you can go the distance. And I hope you're doing the same for me. Like, all of this willy-nilliness.
Yeah.
Why would we be having conversations about intimacy and how to fix it and the sex and what you need? Are we even like barely freaking getting there, bruh?
Right. Stop wasting my time because I'm not going to waste yours.
But they're not coming in serious.
They're not. But we'll
know when they do.
They tell us they are. They tell us they are. But then their actions and their words start to not align, and you be like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Like,
I thought,
let me go get my leveler.
Shit just is looking.
I be like, the little bubble is going over to the right a little. It's starting to. It's not level no more.
But we know, and this is why we have to be careful as women, because we know, like, listen to that man. Mm-hmm. He done said something that the math wasn't mathing. Like, we need to slow down because it does sound good. Like, oh, he's a good guy and he's not the type that, and y'all talk about your past experiences and this and that, or like you said, the whole love God. There's all of these things, and the performance looks. You get an Oscar.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you don't, because it was a performance.
Right.
Like, the best actors,
right?
We nominate them because they look like real life.
Right.
So if you're gonna give me a performance, like, which I feel like a lot of these guys are not, they don't even, if I'm honest and I'm not giving concessions.
That's Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia.
Yes, Cynthia.
If
I'm honest with myself and I'm not giving people concessions, like, these dudes, they're not really coming in serious.
Yeah.
They're not coming in intentional.
I'm getting a lot of that too.
Yeah. And so I feel like intentional men move differently, and I don't know every single thing, but when I'm not giving concessions, you can be nice, you could be cool. I've had great conversations, good friendships, even for a season, all of that. But it was never that, like, you ain't, you're not anchored in anything over here.
Yeah.
You didn't see me. And this is what I'm hoping. And I don't know if there's guys on the panel or whatever, or on the chat, but
there are.
I don't know if my expectation, it's not about being high expectations, because they cutting up, black men in suits, they cutting up. I'm telling, they cutting up.
Life.
But it's like, when I'm not giving concessions and I'm being very honest, I'm not seeing, that's what I was going to say. I'm sorry. My expectation, my goal, dream, what I want to magnetize to me is a man who's like doing the work ahead of time. You're making room for a wife, because that's what you want. You're not just hopping on panels saying you want a wife. You're not just hopping on TV shows saying you're a king level man who wants a wife. You're not just out here talking about how different you are. You're not just on the gram preaching about how you take care of your kids and you love God and you in church. You really are actively looking for a wife. You are pruning yourself of the things that don't match being married. You are refining. Okay, I dated this type of girl with this. You're refining what you like, what you desire, what you want. You're going through all of these things that's actually making room, not because I'm finding I'm bumping into guys. It's like, oh my God, there's this great girl. Let me get my shit together. Like, you should have had that. Now it's too late. You're going to pull out, fumble the bag, because you ain't serious.
Exactly.
So I'm hoping to meet a man. The only one of the only reasons he should be talking to me, aside from all the stuff I got to sift through from people to being attracted, is because you genuinely see something in me. You're like, this looked like what I thought I was going to want. So now let's see. Like, maybe I'm expecting too much, but it doesn't feel like it because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So speaking on that, because we're just going to go right into this. Have you or would you ever do dating apps, and what was your experience?
No, I don't feel led to dating apps. No other reason. I don't feel like an urge or anything. So my sister met her husband on Match. She DM'd him like, I like your beard. They went on one date. He was like, I want to be married. I'll pay for everything. This is where I'm at. This is where I got. And it was a done deal.
You said Match?
He's not black. But
I'm just sure.
He's not black.
I didn't say nothing about nationality.
I am.
Oh, okay.
And so during that time, she got me a little 3-month trial, and it felt like my DMs. I was like, I'm good. I don't know what is going on in here. So that was my only little dibble dabble on Match for 3 months, long time ago. I hopped on the League a few years ago and met more girlfriends than guys. So I had chicks at my brunch. We're all just kicking it. Me and the girls, we cool because it had a friend section. But no, I'm not led to dating apps. I don't want to knock anybody's style, but it just feels like sifting through leftovers for me. And I know that's probably not really what it is.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel. I know people meet people there and people do it. It's just not my thing. No shade. Respect.
Yeah. None taken.
Yeah. I mean, it's just my mind.
Yeah. No, I get it. So I've been doing dating apps.
Okay.
I've been on dating sites. Yeah. And let me tell you, I remember it's funny because I think you mentioned on one of the panels, I think it was you that mentioned like, honey, like you saying you won't date 30 minutes past, but you like your husband could be like an hour away, an hour and 45 minutes away. Was it you that said that?
I think we were all kind of just saying you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I met like 10 of my husbands.
10? Yes.
But they all far away. They all far away. I mean, I literally was like, why? I let me tell you something. And today was the day. I was like, oh my God, he could be my husband. I was like, too far away. I was like, oh my God, he is my next ex-husband. Damn, too far away. Like literally. So yes, I have been on dating apps, and I feel like, because a lot of people are like, why are you on dating sites? You don't have to be on no dating sites. And it's crazy because me being on the dating site, like when I first got on it, like I didn't show my tattoo because, like my tattoos, like it was on TV.
Yeah. Like
people see my tattoos when I wear a sundress, they be like, I be like, yes.
Yeah.
Like they recognize me from the back.
Yeah.
My tattoos.
Yeah.
So I didn't show like any of my tattoos. Like I tried not to put any with my like blonde hair up there because they'll be like, blonde, she look for, you know what I mean? So I tried to just do like regular, so anyway, I did, when I first started it, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Let me tell you, dating apps are just as hard as DMs or regular dating.
Yeah.
Like
there's a lot of unserious people in there.
It's a lot of work. I started to feel like it was like a part-time job.
It is. I had a discussion with a matchmaker, and that was one of the first things she asked me, like, are you willing, this is going to be a job. Like, are you willing, you got to write your bio. That's resume static. You got to write, like, you really got to, she told me it was like a job. Like, this is work.
Like you got to go in and check the message because you don't want them to have your number or nothing just yet. You got to go in to see if he responded and, and then it's like you got to go and see who liked you. And it's so crazy because let me tell y'all something. Because with me, I feel like, if you got to the point where you got my phone number, like you in, dog, like you know how many people that want my phone number?
Man,
not my Google number, but my real number. And I give it to you and then you don't use it. I be like, He'd be like, hey, good morning. And that'd be the only text I get from him. And then I don't even hear from him again.
No intention.
Why? I have given dudes my number on the app. They'll find me on social media and then DM me.
They're not a serious people.
I'm like, he's like, yo, hey, what's up? I'm like, bro, you got my number. Don't even respond.
And this is why when I see so much discourse about dating and men and women and this, nobody should be complaining about anybody, because there's a lot of ball dropping out here.
Yeah,
like
a lot.
And I'm talking about for men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Mm-hmm. The stuff that I hear and deal with for men in their 50s is astounding. Yeah. And it is disturbing in the sense that I understand everybody has their own path, but sometimes we just kind of wonder when the grow up happens.
Jamie, I'm talking about, these are men, because I love older men. So like, I'm dating men. I'm talking about, these men are 52, 53, 54 years old, grown men. And they're doing the same things. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, because of course it's 38-year-olds hitting on me and 40-year-olds hitting on me, but I don't want to date a 38-year-old. 10 years is not that much. I know, but I don't, you know. Why does it seem like I got so dark and I'm so green? I can't wait to finish my office. God, does it seem like I just got really dark?
It is dark. Is the sun going down? No, it's already late. I don't know.
No, I'm sitting in front of my lights, but what is going on?
Lean forward.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so these are like grown men, and it's really crazy. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I've met some amazing guys on dating apps, but someone said in the chat that 2 hours isn't that long. It's not considered long distance. For me, it is. So depending on where you're at in your life, like, I'm a whole single mom out this joint. You know, I do this part-time. I literally have like 4 side businesses, you know what I mean, that I do. And then I have a full-time job. And my number one full-time job is being a mom. So it's like, I do a lot. So my thing is to say, I can only see him on the weekends because I'm working during the week and I have to drive back and forth. Like, I did that with my last relationship. I did that with the relationship before that relationship. And I did that with the relationship before that relationship, because, you know, originally I'm from not originally, but I was in DC, Maryland area, and I was there for 15 years before I moved back down here with my whole parents thing. So anyway, I was up there for 15 years. So when I moved back down here, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know what it is, but everything up north is drawn to me, and I'm drawn to everything pretty much up north, because the people that are here where I'm at, just, I guess, and I hate to say it, but they just don't have that swag that I like, or they just on a whole nother level, and I'm just not on that. Like, I'm on a whole nother level. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
look fresh. You gotta look clean. You gotta smell good. You gotta look like you
baby.
Like, I don't want it to look like you haven't washed your dreads in 3 years and you smell like cigarette butts, or you know what I'm saying? Like, or like a blunt all day long. Like, it's just, you know, and it's just a little hard for me. And right now, I just don't have the time to say, hey, baby, I miss you so much. I know, like, last Saturday I couldn't make it, but, you know, this Saturday I'm going to see if I can. What? No, I want to be like, where you at?
I mean, do you think
work? Like, yeah, like, I can't. As much as I want to, I'll stay single. It's got to be somebody for me at least 30 to 45 minutes away. All these people in this area, I feel like my man, he here. He exactly what I want. He just not on the dating sites. He don't go to the same food line I go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to that Walmart, he go to this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to this McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's, but you know what I'm trying to say. And he be going to the one down the street. You know, I be driving this way, he be driving that way. but I feel like he's here. I feel him.
Oh,
but I can't do it. I can't do it.
I kind of feel like with the dating apps, I don't know. It's maybe asking you, are you sure? Because for you to have seen 3, 4, 5 guys in a row that even look like anything, and they might not like, could there be a possibility that you have not yet explored about what is possible with the distance? Because if you're basing,
So this is the thing, Jamie. My daughter is in a school where I don't want her to leave. I don't want to leave the area because my businesses are here. You know what I mean? My home is here. You know, she has her, you know, activities that she does. Like everything is here. I'm not, I hate to say it, and maybe that's just me, and I won't find, because of this is how I feel, I'm not going to pick up my life to try to make it work with, unless he going to pick his life up, and I don't expect him to do that.
But how do you know?
Well, because the thing is if I'm dating you, and that's what, I'm not willing to date you for 6 months to a year to find out that that's what could possibly happen. And I'm just not willing to do that. I've done that. I've done it, and I'm just not willing to do it anymore.
I don't know. I think the universe is asking something different of you, but I digress because I get it. I mean, this is important, but I'm one of those big dummies that think anything's possible.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't want to have to wait till the weekend to see you. And what if something happens and then I can't see you, and then and then you're going out of town for work?
That's temporary. For as long as we've waited for incredible men, 2 weeks is so temporary.
That's the point that I'm trying to make. So why can't I wait for my man temporarily, that I find him at the car wash in like 2 months?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Someone said 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. I can't do 2 hours anymore because I tried it. It didn't work. And to be honest with you, I actually did meet someone that was down here, you know, and I was smitten over him, you know what I mean? And like, he was dang on near perfect. I was like, you're going to be mine.
What happened?
Never. I don't want to talk about it, but.
Okay. Fair enough. Say no more.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. You know, he's cool. We still communicate. You know what I mean? I don't know what the future holds. But I just know right now, and Lord, I don't even know if he's going to watch this or not, but I just know right now, he is just not in a place where I would want, as you say, my husband to be, like the man that I date and that I end up with and that I'm, you know, I want to build a future with. I'm not saying that he has to be perfect, but he needs to be imperfectly perfect for me. But you can't like have all these red flags about you. And I noticed that in the very beginning. And I'm like, well, just come here. Let me help mold you. Let me help make you become a better man. Let me help, you know, bring up your self-esteem. Let me love you, Black man, so you can start loving yourself. Let me love you so you're not aggressive. Let me love you. Like, I'm not willing to put that kind of work in because I feel like a man that is 50 years old.
It doesn't work.
Plus, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like he should have already done that work. And
that's what I'm saying.
Right. And he's coming to me healed, but still working on himself.
Just,
you know,
be somebody who works. Please don't be oblivious to your stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, even with the men, I know sometimes, you know, we can sound harsh, but we really want to love you. Like, we really do.
Yeah.
We want to give you everything that we got.
Mm-hmm.
We want to cater to you. We want to nurture you. We want to be soft with you.
Yes.
We want to be your soft place to land. We want to be more than your peace. We want to keep you fed. We want to give you babies. I know that's just me. I don't know if it, but it's just like we want to.
Yeah.
But you have to do the work. There's no way to get around it. I cannot love you enough to heal your, like you said, the aggression or the this, the that. And a lot of the times we try. We've tried anyway. We're where we are now because we spent time in people that had no business. It's almost like pouring love into a bucket with a hole in it.
Yeah.
And you're not willing to patch it up. That's got to be your work. So I posted something on my community of my YouTube, and it just talked about, it's fine. Okay, you got money, you got this or that, but how do you heal yourself? What does the warrior in you look like?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what have you battled against within yourself and want? Like, I need to know what type of man you are. This is your character. Because when stuff hits the fan, men want feminine this and all of this. Like, I have to be able to trust you.
Right.
On a level, but you got to be able to trust yourself, which means you did the work. You're not hiding behind a lot of these things that a lot of guys are hiding behind. And I get it. You weren't raised to talk, and you know, mom was in the house with no dad, or some people it's vice versa. It's all of these things that you didn't learn, but you can learn now. We're all grown. There's YouTube, there's resources. So now there's kind of no excuse for that, but we weren't raised that way. But the Black community, none of that is relevant. Get to your stuff. Think about everything and work on that. So when we get together, my sister, sorry, I'm long-winded. This is the last thing.
No, it's cool.
My sister, you know, we talk a lot about this stuff, and she was like, well, nobody's perfect. So what do you want? I was like, listen, because if you look at my dating lineup, clearly I'm not worried about perfection. It's not what this is.
Right.
But I told her it's two things. A man that chooses me, choice. Not, I think you're pretty, I want to hang out, let's have fun, let's have feels, let's do this, do that, and choice. A man that chooses to love me, and a man that does the work. If we have those two things, I can trust you, because no matter how the tides turn, if I'm your choice, you're going to always make it back home. If I know you're doing the work, I can ride out a certain amount of time of you not understanding what I clearly see, but I can trust you're going to get around to it because you do the work.
Right.
It makes me nervous when I'm with somebody and there's a blaring red flag, but you don't think nothing's wrong. Like, sir, you didn't, like, let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's not to shame you or to change you or this or that, but like, let's be real.
Exactly.
And it goes both ways. I have had to tell a man, like, I'm feeling insecure because of this. And I'm triggered because it's coming from this. And I just need a minute to not feel, I don't want you to think I'm being passive aggressive. I don't want you to feel like you did anything to me. I'm struggling with something that's coming up. If I can at least give you that, now we got something to work with. Meet me, like, this is real. How are we going to stand the test of time if we can't even, like, and then, can I get grace for that? Like, it's not about being perfect, but I promise, like, I want to be at my best and I do the work. Yeah. I was doing that before I met you, sir.
Yo, that literally, what you just said, that literally was my last kind of situation I had with someone where, it was it was a small situation. It wasn't even that serious. But one thing about me is I'm a communicator. I will communicate and talk you to death about the small things because I'm going to talk you to death about the big things, especially things that are not important to just you and me, important to us and us growing together. And I invest a lot of time into that, especially with something that I really want to happen and want to work. I'm going to nurture it, like you said. So, and I went to them and I was like, you do X, Y, and Z, and it bothers me. And do you know what his response was? Well, I didn't do nothing wrong, so I'm not apologizing. I was like,
dang, bro, we can't even talk.
I was like, what?
So that's what you do with, like?
I was like, first of all, I don't want your apology. Like, I just want to talk.
Sharing.
About it. Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff like that I've been dealing with. And, you know, and one thing too about me is I love to uplift my man. Like I'm one of those women, and I'm one of those women that I'll send you a text to inspire and encourage you and uplift you in the mornings. Like you're a great man, like you're a great father, you're a great brother, you're a great uncle, like you are great. You're a Black man that, and I appreciate you. I want you to go out into this world today and have a great day. Have a great day on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the type of person I am. And it's like, I know, you know, one time I did that to someone that, you know, I was, you know, interested in, and he made a joke. Like he just made a joke, like all them characters you done typed out, like, or something stupid. Like, and I'm just like,
but do you see like what I'm hearing? And I was in the same boat. I even went as far to go with the therapy language. I didn't even say you did anything wrong. I'm telling you, I'm feeling a way because of what's happening. This is your chance to like be the man and like
exactly. That's what showing up as a man is.
I'm here as a girl, like
exactly
bearing my heart.
We not asking you to walk around with 100 bricks and be a man. Like, do you know how
I'm asking for a relationship with you?
If
there's an intimacy blocker. It's an intimacy blocker. Like you're making jokes, you're shutting down, you're calling things off because my feelings are hurt. Yo. I thought I was doing a good job by being communicative and not just ghosting for a few days.
Yo, this is what I've been dealing with. And I'm like, at my ripe age and at your ripe age of 50, 51, 53, 55, I'm like, this is what I have to. I mean, you know, they're going to maybe I do need to go date a younger guy. Maybe I do and see and I don't know, because I'm not really dating them because I feel like the maturity level and where I am, because I've sat down and talked to men that are 38 and 40. And I'm just like, you're just not on my level, especially when I desire a man that's 53 and 55. And you know what I mean? So it's just a little different. But these men that are 50 and over are really showing me like, y'all really not about much. Like you not like, it's no substance here. It's no depth that I'm thinking that is there because of, and I'm not saying, you know, with age comes maturity. No, it doesn't. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just thinking like, y'all are just on a different level. Like I'm feeling like they thinking to themselves, yo, I'm almost 60 years old. I'm about to be dead in like 20 or 30 years. I'm trying to spend my life with somebody that is, you see what I'm trying to say? Like I'm thinking that they on that mindset, not being in the street mindset. And these dudes is really out here. These old men really out here outside
because
and their mentality is outside too.
But
it's crazy.
In my opinion, and I don't know if any men are watching or whatever, but my opinion, it's that blocker and that inability. It's the emotional capacity. You really aren't used to getting through these kinds of conversations where I can have tears, I can be vulnerable and share these things, and maybe you don't know what to do, but it's about the holding space. Can we get to the other side? Can we really have raw conversations? But when that intimacy, sometimes I just feel like there's a block and they either get scared or make a joke. It's like an uncomfortability, but it's like,
right,
this is what is required. And this is, you know, too, when for the men, when women are complaining and we're all over the place, it's because we need you to be able to hold space like that. You don't have to boo-hoo in a tissue next to me and cry, but it's like that frame. Open your chest up with your body so I can lean in and be your woman. Like, this is not something for you to take personal or to fight about or for ghost about but people carry baggage and trauma and inabilities. I don't even think they know, because they don't even give themselves that grace most of the time. They don't have that intimacy with themselves to be like, self, I really am not cool with this because of this. And what are we going to do so I can take care of myself? What boundaries are we going to put in place? A lot of them don't even realize how to do it for them. But you need to, because we're going to have to do it for each other if we're going to make the long haul, or else you're going to end up in a relationship where, I don't know, these little short spats, like,
Yeah.
Oh, I was with her for 3 years. Okay, but like, why aren't y'all married? Why are you? Oh, I was with her. You're just,
yeah,
because that's easier for you because you don't want to grow roots. You just want to seed all over the place.
Yeah, and I don't even have the mindset. Like, for me personally, I don't even desire to even be married anymore. Like, I'm just not there. But do I, desire to have like a lifelong partner? Yeah, absolutely. I definitely would want that, and that's what I'm dating for. Like, I'm definitely intentional, and I can honestly say that this is the first time in a long time where I think if I was where I am now 10 or 15 years ago, honey,
a dream. That's why I coach now. I'm like, let me help you. You don't need to be me. I'm going to help you.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm going to help you.
Absolutely. Because discernment is a word that's so underused and underrated. I mean, I just wish I would have known the things that I know now. I wish I would have known then, because I really see it within myself. The things that I thought that I wanted 10 years ago is and people, when they say people change, because what I wanted 10 years ago is not what I want now. And I think it's just the different stages that you go through, and you finding someone who works for you within that time span, or that, error, whatever it is that you're going through. Because I think the man that I want now wouldn't have fit with who I would have been, but the discernment would have been there, and I probably would have been married by now, in 15 years, you know what I'm saying? So it just sucks that, and I've talked to other women my age, it just sucks that it is women my age and even men my age that's like, it ain't nothing out here. That's why I tell people all the time, if y'all are married, if you have found someone and y'all done spent 20 years together, it ain't nothing out here in the streets. It's nothing out here.
And see, I don't even want to repeat that because I need to find something. So
you'll find it, but it's
not
hard. It's just so hard. But to give up someone that kind of like have your back, like don't let that go.
Yeah. I do it all the time.
It's a couple of things out here in the street, because you got to think I'm not in the same boat as you, but we are, so it's like I'm kind of saying that to myself too, but just realistically, like, it's hard. Like, if I'm telling you 50-year-olds acting up, honey.
It's not an age thing like you would think it is, because with age can come wisdom, but it's all about doing the work, and you really have to be committed to it, and it's not fun. I don't know too many men, with all due respect and love, who are willing to be abstinent for a real period of time for them to even just figure out their own energy. Nobody's saying sex isn't important. Relax. But do you even have the sexual discipline to enter the kind of union you think you want? Are you energetically aligned, or are you with this one, and that one? And because maybe you don't believe energies blend, like you carrying around her stuff, then you come over to me. I'm wondering why I'm confused. It's because the last chick you was with, it was confused, and it's just a lot going on, and it's not just work and making your money. Like, okay, that's cool, but have you explored the relationship with your parents? We all have to, boo. Nobody's saying we don't like mama or daddy, but we're just saying they didn't do everything right.
Yeah.
That's okay. Has that been examined? Do you know how to? I could go on for days. And if you're not looking at these kinds of things, I am completely unsure how you think you are going to come into union with a whole ass another human being and be harmonious.
Honey.
How?
It's no way. It's no way. And I really do wish that, because I don't think that men really feel like that they need to get like how we did the healing and to have better understanding of ourselves and also who we want to be in our next relationship.
Yeah.
Because, you know, because my thing is if I'm trying to have a whole husband or to try to have a life partner, then I need to fix myself up to be with a whole life partner. Like I can't come from OnlyFans to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could. I mean, it depends because
technically, but still.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people on there doing regular stuff on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
People always think about it as, but and that's just wrong for me to okay. So, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't come from the streets or the corner or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or the pole and be like, I'm a whole wife right now. Like, who ready? You know what I mean? Like, you do have to go through a process within yourself. And I'm not saying that's wrong because y'all know. You know, I don't got no secrets over here. Everybody know them. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I'm not gonna just get off the pole and be like, "Where my ring? Who ready?"
Still on the pole, talk about where my ring? Who ready?
Right. It ain't nothing wrong with being on the pole, and y'all know. I'm saying it ain't nothing wrong with being on the pole, but I'm just saying, to get right off of it or even to be on it, it's a lot of things you do have to mentally kind of go through because you just had an experience. Like you just went through some stuff, not like I'm not going to say normal or regular but like a female that has never done that, you know, it's different kind of experiences that you know, have involved yourself with or have experienced pretty much being in that kind of lifestyle. So it's like, you kind of got to wean yourself off. You kind of got to, you know, like, what's the word? You gotta cleanse yourself of all the things that you have seen and been, you know. So it's different, but
it's the same. It's like we both have to do our work, you know. And like you said, 10 years ago, right? Like, had we only been where we are today, but of course, it's what we've been through that got us here today. But the work applies to us too. But you know, we're doing it. That's why I can feel bold about some of the stuff I'm saying. But you know, also with women, like, we have to be careful because our experiences and us messing with people we don't have no business being in, it makes us rigid and, you know, puts us in a position where we feel like we have to protect ourselves and puts us in some of the behaviors that you see from women that are very harsh and this and that. Like, she done been through some things and just hasn't purged it all the way through her heart yet, and she don't want no more people playing with her. And then on top of that, like, we're women, like, y'all really are bigger than us. And you know, I was talking to a friend earlier and I'm like, I think of some of the situations I've been in and I'm like, that was predatory, or that was dangerous, or that was simply because I'm a woman and y'all are men. So there's a lot of stuff that happens. And if we can't minimize that, we have to do the work too, to like filter that stuff through our heart so we can give a selfless love to the man who deserves it and even be able to identify him.
Absolutely. And I wish that more men did that for us, honestly.
It's the missing link.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is. Everybody's wondering why stuff ain't working. And that's what it is. Like, you got to do the work. On yourself. This isn't about me.
And it's a lot of people out there that don't even realize they need work. And that's the scary part. Like, I be looking at people, I've even dealt with people, and I just be like, yo, like, you not about to come over here and mess up everything that I have built for me, for who I am, and what, like, I came from where you are. And that was 12 years ago. And I refuse to allow you to come into my space and mess up all this peace. And you over there at war with yourself. You fighting your demons, and your demons going to come over here and eat up all my energy. You got me twisted. You better back up. Where that water at so I can spray you real quick? You better keep your demons and all the what? And you about to come, trying to blood suck me. I done see where you're coming from, and I see where you're trying to go. And back up. I be like, back up. I'm not playing with you. Don't call
and I'm
me
not playing with me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I worked too hard to get to where I am. To have somebody come over here and to say the right things and to do the right things. Let me tell you something. When men and with women too, when you get someone that is healed, they are dangerous. You got to watch yourself, because they will control, alt, and delete you. They will read, write, and erase you quick. Fast.
But I wonder if people like that even care, because they'll just go get another person who, what their standard is. Your standard ain't that high because you don't have it for yourself. So they're good.
And it's a lot of people just like that. But it is some people that's like, oh, shoot, am I really like it? Like, what? Like, it's an epiphany. But just like it was times when people had to come to me and be like, Sabrina, yo, like, you not living right. Like, you this, you that, you did how you talk, da, 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 da. And I was like, what? And of course I was in denial in the beginning, like, y'all tripping, whatever. And then, of course, some crazy stuff had to happen in my life where I was brought down to my lowest. I talk about it all the time. I was brought down to my lowest. And I really had to be like, yo, I was tripping. Brought to my lowest. I was like, either something gonna kill me or I'm gonna end up killing myself. Like, what the heck is going on? Something is trying to get at me. And it was the evilness and whatever that didn't want me to survive and to strive and to become the person that I needed to be. But, you know, that's here nor there. But I can honestly say I had to go through those things, because had I not, I would not be the person that I am today. So let me just say that. Yeah, you definitely have to do the healing. It's very important, especially like you said, if you're trying to bring somebody else into this unity to be harmonious. Like, I'm not trying to be over here and it's supposed to be over here. It's supposed to be like spiritual music and the birds and the bees and the raindrops. You know how you log on to YouTube and, you know, you hear like the calming music to put you to sleep. I am not trying to hear heavy metal. That's not what I'm trying to hear. I'm not trying to hear.
We got candles, incense, oils.
Right.
We got
a little massage table out this joint. You want a massage, boo?
Listen.
Like, I got you. Go take a shower real quick. I'm going to rub you down and put you to sleep.
I mean, let's just.
It's not hard. You making it hard. You making it hard, not me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it easy. I'm trying to make it easy, and then I'm gonna make it hard.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to make it easy. Then
yeah.
What's a woman to do? The only thing I have left is the belief that I will magnetize what's for me to me. That's all I got. Yeah. And that's all I think about. And I trust that. And I trust myself. And for men and women, that's what it's mostly about. Because just as much as we think about these dudes that come in disrupting our peace, like, dudes is choosing women. Some of my homeboys, I look and I let them, and I'll be like, "You sure?" Because I can see her like this, and I'm thinking, "But my boy, he's a good man, and he wants her. Like, she's such a hoe." And you think you in love, and then 6 months later, you talking about you found out this and that, and it's like, but I couldn't have told you. So you know, men do the same thing where it's like their level of discernment ain't where it needs to be, and you know.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at me thinking I'm gonna act like her, and it's like if you can't see the difference, I don't know what to tell you.
So speaking on that, just because you kind of touched on it, so I'm gonna say this too, because we are talking about dating and all this other stuff, and what you just said. So I actually met somebody, and we were in a serious relationship. And when I met them, it was crazy, because when I had met them like 15 years ago, and it was just in passing. And then I re-met them again, and I was like, "Hey, aren't you?" And I literally, obviously, I was living under a rock. So he and we got together, and of course I did my little homework. One thing I did not do was Google him, but I did do my homework. And I was like, let me go on his social media. Let me see like what he's about. Like if he, you know, at the club, you know, booties everywhere, and you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I said, let me just check it out. I was like, yo, like he was speaking about God. And this was someone that I actually was engaged to. And he's very well known. And, you know, and I just was like, oh my God, he's loved. He talks about God, whatever, all these posts, spiritual posts and all this other stuff, you know, and me in front of him, dating him. I was like, this is who I see on social. This is who I see. let me tell y'all something. One thing I'm going to say is I don't care how popping somebody seem on social media. I don't care how many posts they put up about God or how spiritual that they are. Do not believe the hype. The only thing that you will know about a person and how you will find out about a person is time. Period. Point blank. It don't matter how they show up in the beginning. It don't matter what they post on social media. Like I'm talking about this dude, celebrities over here, working with celebrities over there. He doing this, he doing that, he was the most expensive lesson I've ever had in my life.
Ooh, why did I feel that in my bones?
I'm paying for it to this day. Let me tell you something.
Because I think we all have one.
Yeah.
I felt that in my bones, girl.
Yeah. And it hurts because it was done out of love for me to help this person because I wanted to, because I'm your whole fiance. I'm about to be your whole wife. Like, guess what? I'm dating his potential. Okay. I was dating his potential and I saw him being, we were in the same business. We were both, fashion designers. We were both stylists. We were in the same business. So I said, you know what? I believe in my man. I'm going to support my man. Let me tell you something. I don't care how good something look on the outside. You really do have to take the time to really get to know the person on the inside, because not only did he put me in a financial bind and took advantage of me in the fact that I'm a single mom and like I was just trying to help you. You take advantage of me. And then on top of that, like you driving my cars, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you pretty much stole from me. And I was giving you money and then you cheat on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a whole lot. And then you get aggressive. Like it was a lot. And I just was like, I fell for this dude from a social media thing. And from what I saw, from what he was like really, and this was a long distance relationship. And I really didn't get to know who he was until we started living together and we came into each other's space. And I'm going to say this, the 3 relationships that I was in, and I'm keeping a real 100 with y'all, and I don't really talk too much about this, but the 3 long distance relationship I had, and I'm not saying this isn't why I'm dating. I already told y'all the reason why I decided to not date long distance, because I got a whole life here and I can't pick my life up and be doing all that. But the other one turned out to be where he and we were dating about 8 months. He was living in Maryland, and I ended up moving in I packed my stuff up. I moved in with him. I moved to Maryland and found out this dude had a whole nother life. While we were together, some really, really bad stuff happened to where the police got involved. And he was arrested for in a sting operation. And he had this whole like double lifestyle. And this was 6 months. And I actually was engaged to him too, because if y'all go back and watch my videos when I was actually blogging, you would know a little bit more about me. But yeah, so, and this was 6 months before we were supposed to get married. So yeah, like definitely do your research with these men. The other dude, he and I so in love. We were dating for about 4 or 6 months. We never moved in together, but we spent a lot of time together. And then as time went on, about 6 months into the relationship, he liked to put his hands on women. And I was like, dang, like this dude was amazing. Now, mind you, with this dude, he catered to me. He bought me stuff, took me on trips. I'm talking about the best of the foods, restaurants, clothes. He took care of me, but he liked to put his hands on people.
He probably felt entitled to it because of all he was doing, just twisted. The wires just crossed.
You don't understand. He even put his hands on my daughter. Like, y'all really have to be careful with being out here. And honestly, like when I say, like when I be speaking, and it's a lot of times, like when I be having these panels and stuff like that, like I said, it's crazy if anyone ever took the time to like really talk to me and sit down and, and to talk about the things I went through. And I think that's why I am where I am. It's not because I'm scared. Like I am love. Like I'm open to the possibilities. Like You know what I mean? Like, and I would never be like, oh, because I had a bad relationship and because he put his hands on me and because he cheated on me, where I'm not like y'all have been hearing me, like, where he at? Where he at? Out of everything, you know what I'm saying? Out of everything I've been through, and $12,000 in the hole later, like it, you know, like I'm still good, and I'm still blessed, and I'm still gonna get mine, and I'm still gonna move forward. But I'm just telling y'all, like, if you're watching this and if you're watching the replay, just always love yourself more. And that's just what I'm going to end it with.
Preach, facts, 100, yes, all of that.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Anyway, I'm not looking over here at the chat. I hope that you have enjoyed Jamie and I. Honey, we could probably still go on. And I didn't even think that we were going to be able to talk 2 hours and 5 minutes and 15 seconds. We could talk and talk and talk because I love how your brain thinks. I love how, like, you bring things together and you think about them and then you spit it out. You know, how your brain works. Like, it's hard for me to explain it, but I love it. I love it. And that's why I love talking to you. And because I may think like this, but you'll have me thinking like that. And I'll be like, oh, I ain't think about it like that. And I love talking to people like that. So I love talking to you.
I love that. You bring the same. You're very raw and vulnerable. And you got a lot of wisdom. I was watching one of the other panels. I was like, Sabrina needs to talk more. Because when she does open her mouth, I'm like, are they catching that? Because that was kind of like gems right there. That was kind of facts. That was kind of big. It was a moment, but it was a big moment. Like, yeah. So I love that and appreciate that about you coming from the heart. Like, it sounds like your heart and your mind meet. And then you're like, you know what, guys? Have you considered this?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yes, girl.
I appreciate it.
The journey, man. Oh, God bless us.
Amen.
For the women we have become.
Yeah, amen. But I appreciate you, Jamie. So can you please let everybody know where they can follow you on social media? You need to let them know why they need to follow you on social media.
Y'all, I'm here to love, to evolve. As you saw on my IG, my name means supplanter, and supplanter means to supersede and replace. And I live my life that way. So I'm not fugazi about what I share. There's depth to it because I've really been through it. I picked myself up out of a hole. I wiped my own tears. I'm my own love, my own, and it's not a lonely thing. It's because I worked to harness and live in my power and my truth. And little by little, almost every day, I'm willing to share something, no matter where you're at, even if it's something I'm going through or just something that I've been through. It's just life stuff. And I want people to really to get it. We deserve it. So that's what really I'm about, and a good time. So you can follow me on YouTube here, Jamie Alexander. I have tons of conversations. I even had a show called Kings Speak, and I just asked Black men questions and let them talk. Like, when the season came out, like, the women were like, oh, I never knew. Like, so the content is there, and it's a lot, and it's of depth, and it's of substance, and it's of moving forward and evolving. So if you're into it, yes, thank you, Aunt Eva's mom. So if you're into it, follow me at Jamie Alexander on Instagram. And also, I've been coaching men and women. I had no idea men were going to be interested in my program, but they are. And it's been amazing because really what I'm talking about is human stuff. Yeah. You can go to sassymethod.com. I know the name is not really man friendly. But it was originally for the girls, but it's Sassy Method, which self-love and mastery, accountability and alignment, spiritual wellness, supplanted, and your why. So I use the formula I created to kind of go through your stuff, pull it out at the root, and let you float off into your new paradigm and enjoy your life. So sassymethod.com, Jamie Alexander on YouTube and Instagram, and scene.
And scene. Love you so much, guys. Don't forget to like this video. Tomorrow night, we will be here, same place, same time, 8 p.m. with the men's panel. And wait till you hear these